Have you ever lost control not of the world but of yourself? That moment when pressure crushes your chest, your heart starts racing, your thoughts spiral, and calm feels impossible. You tell yourself to stay composed, but anger takes over, fear blinds you, and words spill that you wish you could take back. We've all been there. But what if you could train your mind to remain calm no matter what's happening around you? To think clearly, while others lose their heads. There's an ancient method, tested by emperors and warriors for over 2,000 years, that teaches exactly that. It's not therapy. It's not positive thinking. It's the Stoic art of mental control, a discipline so powerful it can turn pressure into your greatest source of strength. By the end of this video, you won't just understand how to stay calm, you'll know how to become calm, unshakable, rational, and in command of yourself when it matters most. Let's begin. The idea that calmness can be learned, and not just born, is the foundation of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca lived through war, slavery, betrayal, and loss. Yet they found a way to keep their minds steady in the storm. They didn't live easy lives. They trained their minds not to collapse under chaos. That training is what we now call Stoicism. Stoicism isn't cold philosophy. It's practical warfare of the mind, a manual for anyone living in an unpredictable world. And today, over 2,000 years later, these same principles remain alive because they work. Controlling your mind isn't a luxury. It's survival. Because no matter how big the storm outside, if you stay firm within, you remain free. Lesson 1. Master your body to master your mind. Before the mind gives up, the body shows it. Slumped shoulders, shallow breath, eyes fixed on the ground. These are silent signs of internal surrender. But here's the secret. The way back to calm begins with the body. In Stoicism, mental control starts with physical discipline. Posture isn't vanity, it's inner language. When you stand tall, lift your chin and open your chest, you're not pretending to be strong. You're telling your mind, I'm still standing. Epictetus once said, "No man is free unless he is master of himself." That mastery begins with how you carry yourself. Every physical movement sends a command to the mind. Focus, be present, stay in control. Imagine waking up and choosing, before you think, to adopt the posture of victory, the breathing rhythm that calms you, the movement that signals purpose. This changes more than how others see you. It changes how you feel about yourself. When chaos comes, and it will, ask your body, am I collapsing or resisting? Because each breath, each firm step is a vote of confidence in yourself. To master your body is to plant inner roots, and roots that go deep do not fall in the storm. Lesson 2. Act with intention, not reaction. How many times have you exploded and regretted it later? You spoke too soon, acted too fast, decided in the heat of emotion, and paid the price. Reactivity is silent poison. It steals clarity, sabotages strength, and turns your mind into a battlefield you can't win. But there's another way, the Stoic way. Being calm doesn't mean being passive. It means being a master of yourself. It's the courage to pause, to breathe, to choose. To choose not to give in to anger, to choose not to obey fear, to choose to act not to please, but to resolve. When you react, you surrender power to what provokes you. When you act with intention, you take that power back. Emotions fade, impulses vanish, but consequences remain, and clarity becomes strength. Epictetus taught that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our freedom. That space is yours. It's where your strength lives. When everything around you screams for a quick reaction, remember, wisdom acts at the right time, not the loudest time. Breathe. Observe. Ask yourself, what do I want to build with this action? True power is not losing yourself in the moment, but choosing how to write your story, one decision at a time. Lesson 3. Turn hardship into motivation. The pressure you feel today is not punishment. It's a call. Life, when it feels like it's crushing you, is often shaping you. Think about it. When did you grow the most? When everything was easy? Or when pain forced you to evolve? In Stoicism, difficulty is not the enemy, it's the teacher. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path." This isn't metaphor, it's mindset. You can ask, why is this happening to me? Or you can ask, what is this trying to teach me? When pain arrives, you have two options. Run or transform. Most people run. The wise transform. Every challenge carries a seed of strength that only blooms when you face it head-on. It's not about enjoying pain, it's about using it as fuel. Pain that isn't transformed becomes repetition. But once you choose to learn, to grow, to evolve, what could break you ends up building you. Life won't go easy on you, but it respects those who don't bow. Next time everything feels like it's falling apart, make the Stoic choice. Use pain as leverage, use pressure as propulsion, because the stronger the storm, the deeper your roots will grow. Lesson 4. Cultivate the calm of Marcus Aurelius. Imagine ruling an empire at war, your decisions affecting thousands of lives, betrayal lurking at every corner, chaos threatening from all sides, and yet staying calm. That's not fiction. That was Marcus Aurelius. His greatest weapon wasn't an army, it was his mind. He knew the real enemy wasn't out there. It was inside. Fear, anxiety, impulsiveness. So he trained his mind like a warrior trains the body. He meditated, reflected, wrote daily reminders. Every morning he chose to command himself, even when he couldn't command anything else. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." That's the heart of Stoicism. You can't control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. And often the most powerful response is quiet strength, the silence of someone who knows what they're doing. You may not lead an empire, but you face your own battles. Pressure at work, conflict at home, expectations that suffocate. To win them, you must do what Marcus did. Stop, breathe, choose calm as your weapon. True calm doesn't avoid the storm. It becomes the lighthouse within it. And that light, you already have it. You just need to learn how to turn it on. Lesson 5. Prepare your mind before the storm crises rarely announce themselves. There's sudden loss, an argument, a failure. Life changes without warning. Most people live as if everything will stay the same, and when life shifts, they panic. The Stoics did the opposite. They prepared in advance. They mentally rehearsed difficulties, not out of pessimism but wisdom. This practice is called negative visualization. It may sound strange, but it's powerful. Visualizing the worst doesn't mean drowning in fear. It means training your mind not to be caught off guard. It's asking yourself, if everything goes wrong, what will I do? And finding strength even in that scenario. This doesn't weaken you, it fortifies you. When you prepare internally for life's shocks, they stop being earthquakes and start becoming tests. And tests are faced with clarity, not panic. Imagine waking up ready for the unexpected. When the challenge comes, you're not shaken, you're steady. The mind that anticipates is the mind that endures. Calm doesn't appear in the storm. It's built before it. Those who prepare their minds walk through chaos as if they already knew it was coming and chose to stay unshaken anyway. Lesson 6. Breathe and regain control. When pressure rises, your body warns you. Your heart races, your breathing shortens, your mind scrambles. Before you even realize it, you're saying things you don't mean, making choices you regret. But between impulse and action, there's a secret pause, and it begins with breathing. This isn't just a trick, it's biology. When you breathe deeply, slowly, consciously through your nose, you send a message to your brain. It's okay, I'm in control, and that simple act can restore what you thought was lost, clarity. The Stoics knew this long before science confirmed it. Breathing reconnects you with the present. It pulls you out of the storm and back to your center. It reminds you that you don't have to move at the speed of your emotions. Picture a heated argument. Anger rises. You want to shout, but instead you breathe. And in that moment you don't lose yourself, you find yourself. That's the invisible strength of conscious breathing. It's not passivity, it's strategy. It's choosing to respond with wisdom instead of attacking with panic. Next time you feel control slipping away, stop, breathe. Remember, whoever controls their breath begins to control their life. Lesson 7. Use silence as a weapon. In a world that never stops talking, silence is a superpower. Most people speak too much, react too fast, expose too easily. But the wise don't compete for noise. They wait for the right moment to act. Stoicism teaches that silence is the bridge between stimulus and wisdom. It's where the right response is born. When you're silent, you observe. When you observe, you understand. When you understand, you act precisely. Epictetus said, We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak. But this isn't only about listening to others, it's about listening to yourself. Because in the world's noise, your inner voice gets lost. Silence brings it back. To stay silent isn't to hide. It's to position yourself strategically. It's to show that you're not a slave to your emotions. It's saying without words, I don't react, I choose. Think like a chess master. Before moving the piece, he studies the board. Silence is that tactical pause. It's where reflection and clarity live. So next time you feel pushed to respond instantly, don't. Breathe. Stay quiet. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is no move until you know exactly what to do. Lesson 8. Be calm and decisive at the same time. Many confuse calmness with weakness. They think being calm means being slow, indecisive, or detached. But real calmness is what gives strength its foundation. It's the invisible structure behind decisive action. Picture someone in chaos. Everyone around is panicking, shouting, rushing, but one person breathes, observes, acts with precision. That's not slowness. That's emotional intelligence sharpened into mastery. Calm gives you the space to see what others miss, and decisions born from that clarity are almost always the most effective. To be calm is to have a clean mind. To be decisive is to move with conviction. Together, they form unstoppable strength. Seneca wrote, "Haste is the enemy of perfection." The perfection of a decision lies in making it consciously, not hastily. Next time life pressures you to respond fast, ask, am I acting with calm or reacting out of fear? Am I deciding with clarity or being pushed by the moment? Be like an archer who breathes before releasing the arrow. The steadiness lies in stillness. The perfect shot comes from inner quiet. You don't have to choose between being calm or being strong. True strength is being both at once. You've just crossed 8 lessons, not empty advice, but mental weapons forged from the toughest philosophy ever lived. Now the question is, what will you do with them? Because knowing isn't enough. You must practice. You must turn each breath, each pause, each silence into a conscious choice. A choice to master not the world, not others, but yourself. The Stoics never sought control over life. They sought control over themselves. That's what you've learned here. To stand tall, to breathe under pressure, to turn pain into strength, to act with clarity, to cultivate calm, to decide with purpose, to use silence as power, and to prepare before the storm arrives. Now it's your turn. If this message resonated with you, write in the comments, "I will be calm and rational." And if you haven't yet, join our community here at Stoic Spring, where wisdom becomes strength and calm becomes power. Subscribe, ring the bell, and continue your journey with our next videos. Remember, your mind can be your greatest enemy or your greatest ally. The choice is yours.